So these restrictions have been carefully calibrated to try and add to those that we introduced in Parliament last week, so that the cumulative effect of them, now that we've gone beyond Christmas, is likely, we understand, to bring down the curve of infections as long as people adhere to them. If you've got rogue agents who aren't keeping to the rules, who are going out of Gibraltar to Spain and bringing the infection back despite the rules that we've got to try and constrain the infection in Gibraltar, then we may not see success as a result of these measures. But our sincere hope, because of the work that's been done by Public Health and the COVID Exco group in recommending these measures, is that these measures will start to turn the curve of infections down.
If, on the other hand, people don't stick to the advice, what is the worst case scenario come the 10th of January?
Well, look, on the 10th of January or before, if these measures are not being adhered to, if they're not having effect, one or the other, then the government has still got some room to ratchet up even further by imposing a complete lockdown in respect of mobility to stop people from being able to leave their homes, or indeed we have the ability of imposing territorial controls so that people are not able to leave Gibraltar or gain access to Gibraltar unless there's a good legitimate reason for them to do so. I would very much wish to not see those measures become necessary. It would be very difficult for us to impose a further lockdown. We know the hardship that comes with a lockdown. We know the political difficulties and the hardship that we can also create by creating a territorial limit to the access to Gibraltar. So what I would call on people to do is to understand that we've been very careful in the way that we've created these measures. We've tried to make those measures, where they're possible, lighter than people might have expected, because we've argued internally for the best result. But if we are unable to see people adhering to these measures, or if despite adherence these measures are not delivering the turn down in the spike of the infections, then we may have to do more.
Has either Spain or the UK expressed concerns about the surge in COVID cases in Gibraltar, and will there be any disruptions to air links with the UK?
No, there have been no expressions of concern about the rise in numbers in Gibraltar. I think that what you're seeing in Gibraltar is not too dissimilar to what you're seeing in those jurisdictions and in other European jurisdictions. We have the issue of the new strains, and we have the issue of the behavioural analysis that's been done as to how the virus has perhaps taken advantage of the European holiday season and the way that people want to celebrate in the run-up to the holiday season and in the holiday season. So I think those are the things that you're seeing come together in a deadly cocktail, which is making the growth in the numbers of infections obvious around the continent.